Hey guys, it's Gabby back with another video, and today I'm just going to talk to you about self-care, what I do for self-care, and why I think it's important. So I think that for college students, self-care is very beneficial, and I think that we all need to figure out what that is for each and every one of us. But I think that, when you are kind of not surrounded by people who are there to support you. I know a lot of students dorm, so when you're kind of away from home, not with your friends and family, it makes it a little harder to deal with everyday life. And although I don't dorm, I have friends who dorm, so I know the struggles that they go through. I think also if you're working and going to school, trying to balance everything at once, being social, having friends, working, going to school, all of it takes a toll on you mentally at some point. And so once you figure out whatever outlet is for you, whichever, way you can let out all of that stress and step away from things that may be toxic for you, I think that you'll find that it's so great to have that for yourself. For me, I didn't really know what self-care was for a while. I kind of recently started discovering what I need to do to take care of my mental health. I didn't think that I needed it. I was always kind of like, it's not that important to me. I knew people that did enjoy having that for themselves and using it. But for me, I just was like, I'll just talk to my friends or my family and I'll be okay. But although you can have that, you do need time for yourself. When I say yourself, I don't mean with your friends. I mean like just you and your thoughts, or you clearing your head. So whatever that is, it's good to utilize it. What I do for self-care is I'm very big on using essential oils. I love using my essential oil diffuser when I'm feeling stressed or low, or I just need to be in a place with good vibes. I use that a lot. I also like to read. I like to just sit down and dive into a good book or watch a good movie. And although I said you don't need to be with friends, I don't mean to say that in a bad way, because that is very good to have that. I found that this semester I started bonding with more people and building up my old friendships. And with that, I was able to kind of just call somebody and be like, hey, can we go hang out? I just need to talk. Or just, it doesn't even have to be when you're feeling upset. Just having that person that's there for you and going through things that you may be going through is so beneficial. So I started doing that more. I just like to write in my diary whenever I feel any type of emotion, or if I'm thinking of any thoughts that may be interfering with my growth and taking a toll on me. Jotting that down kind of helps to get rid of it. I also pray a lot. So I started using Headspace, that app that's advertised everywhere on YouTube. Yeah, I used to think it was annoying, but now that I use it, I'm like, wow, keep advertising it. It's great. It's so good. I like to use that because I like meditating. So when I'm in that space of just positivity, having my meditations and my affirmations and the positive quotes that I get and praying all at once, it really boosts your mood, I would say. I was talking with a couple of people in a group that we were doing we had at my school, and we were saying, there's days when you wake up and you're like, ugh, it's going to be such a horrible day. I have to get ready for school or go to work or prepare for whatever is happening that day. And it may be a lot. And we also talked about, why do we feel that way? What is it that we are feeling so aggravated by when we get up in the morning? Why are we so negative when we start our day half of the time? And it's true. It really makes you think of what am I doing to kickstart my day in the right way? Or why am I feeling so down, And for me, I really took that into consideration, and I started, like I said, using the affirmations that I have, and meditating and praying, and just writing things down. And I noticed that when I do that, it makes such a difference, and I feel so much more happier, and really helps the day to go by a little bit smoother. But I think my biggest message is just to find an outlet that works for you. You know, you need to just have that time for yourself. I also deleted Facebook off of my phone. I know some people might be like, oh, it's just Facebook, like it's not a big deal, but it is, because I think that in today's society, we're all tuned into everybody else's life. We're always tuned into what somebody else is posting. Oh, I'm here, or hey, here's a picture of my lunch, like, and yeah, I do that sometimes. You know, I like taking pictures, and I like uploading things and posting things to my Facebook or whatever. But I also think that when you are on social media throughout half of the day or most of the day, it's like you start getting into other people's drama and their life. And then you're like, ugh, I feel horrible now because I just read about somebody's negative post and it just made me feel down. But I think that for me, deleting Facebook has been better. I started, just catching up on things that I needed to catch up on. Granted, like I did download it again just because I just uploaded another video, so I wanted to post it on my page and have people, check it out or whatever. But other than that, I'll upload, or I keep saying upload, it's not YouTube. I keep posting things, like I'll post something and then I'll delete it. But at the same time, I'm like, well, there needs to be something else to do. I can't just keep like deleting it and downloading it again, So I think that when I turn off my phone too, I've done that a couple of times. I find that I discover things that I don't think I would have discovered if I was just always on my phone. So when you take a couple hours to not to step away from technology, you will become more creative. And I love that. I love learning new things and building on my skills. And for me, also just spending time with people, because I'm so busy with school, I don't really get to spend time with my family as much as I want. So being able to spend time with my family when I'm not tuned into what's going on online or on my phone, it helps to kind of, like I said, clear my head a little bit. So I think that that's necessary to do. I think my issue is that I can't really step away from my phone as much as I want because, everything I do is on my phone. As a visually impaired person, I can't put my phone down and pick up a book unless it's in Braille, and I can't pick up a journal and start writing because my diary is on my iPad. So that's where I write down all of my thoughts, my ideas, whatever. It's harder to do that, but like I said, when I do turn off my phone and step away from things like that, it's great. The issue is all of my books are on my phone. Everything I do is on my phone. So half of the time people are like, oh my gosh, why are you always on your phone? I'm like, I'm reading. Oh, you're reading? I thought you were just texting. No, because you can turn on Do Not Disturb. You can schedule it for a couple of hours if you need that. And I do that a lot of the time. I started doing it more. So I think for me, these are all ways to take, the time for myself. Just figuring out ways to boost your mood and love who you are. I think, like I said, I didn't know what that was. Last semester, as I mentioned in my last video, I had a week's worth of breakdowns. I would just cry every day. I don't know why. I don't know what was causing it. But then eventually I sat down with one of my counselors and I was like, why am I so emotional this week? Like, what's going on? She's like, you're burnt out. You've been doing too much. You're piling too much on at once, and you need to not do that. Find a way to step away from all of that. Literally, I was part of 3 choirs. I was taking biology. Don't ask me why. That's not my major. But biology was killing me. It was killing me. I had to write a 15-page term paper. Yikes. But also, I realized like what my counselor was saying is true, because not knowing what self-care was and then taking so much on at once was hurting me, and I was burnt out, and my mental health was like not the greatest. So when I finally was like, I told everybody that, all the things that I was a part of, I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't really come to rehearsal this week. And eventually it became, I can't come this week, I can't come this week. But it wasn't like I was trying to not go, I felt so tired and so burnt out from everything that they were all just like, you know what, like try again next year or next semester. Take that time. You need to focus on school, or you need to focus on you and do that for yourself. And I was so grateful that a lot of people I was talking to said that, because I now know that I needed that. This semester, although I was a part of clubs and I still am, I haven't been as active as I used to be, I want to say. Because last semester I was secretary for a club. I was kind of just coordinating with the president of the club, like what we wanted to do for events and things like that. And also, like I said, the 3 choirs, and just balancing academic stuff all at once was a lot to deal with. So this semester, although I am doing acting now, which I would say is definitely a good outlet for me, because I love surrounding myself with people who have a vision similar to mine and want to do things that are, things that I want to do too. It helps to have that connection with people. So I think that really helps me a lot. Also, the professor that teaches that class is great. I think I look up to her a lot for things that I need help with acting or just life in general. But although I'm doing acting more, I've also just needed the time to just think and be on my own for a little bit, And I feel so much better. I would say I feel happier this semester than I did last semester. Granted, there are still things this semester that have gotten in the way of, self-love, but you have to know how to move around the obstacles that may come your way. So my biggest thing is just find people that are there to support you, who love and care for you, that will help you along the way and want you to succeed and be happier, because it's good when you have that support. So yeah, my message, like I said, is just find a way to utilize the resources you have. Don't be so tuned into everything else that's going on. You need that time for yourself. If you need a mental health day to just step back, take it. It's good to do that for yourself. And just keep finding new ways, keep finding creative outlets that are going to benefit you and make you happy, and just keep trying to love yourself. That's my biggest message, is just practice self-love as well. It's bigger than just self-care. It's bigger than just, oh, yeah, I used a face mask this weekend and I read a good book. You have to find things inside of you that are not, making you happy. Things that are maybe toxic, the negative energy that's surrounding you. Step away from all of that, because it's your happiness is more important than you may think it is. And I learned that so much more this semester. And each and every day, I'm finding new ways to love myself. So, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you next time.